Dear viewers, subscribers, budding nursing and paramedical professionals, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome back to your own channel, Advanced Nursing Theory and Facts. Today we are going to discuss the subject of nursing foundation, and today's topic is ethics. Terminology used in ethics and code of ethics is proposed by International Council of Nurses. As we are well aware about the fact that there are various codes that has been proposed by various organizations, and it is not possible to cover all of them in a single lecture, so we have divided the lectures in parts. So this will be the first part of code of ethics lecture series, and this code of ethics lecture series will be taken up by me. So before going to the actual topic of code of ethics, we must know what the ethics is and why and how it is important in the profession of nursing, and later on we will go to the terminology used in ethics and we will move forward. We must know that nurses have to deal with most important human life events like deaths, births, and while providing care they have to provide various interventions, and while providing those interventions they have to encounter various problems, or they have to encounter with many ethical issues that surround these interventions or areas while providing care. So nurses at that time has to decide their moral obligations, moral responsibilities, and moral actions in those situations while providing care to the patients. Not only providing care, they have to maintain a special kind of a relationship with the patients, or we can say clients. This relationship is popularly known as nurse client relationship. This relationship is sometimes known as therapeutic relationship, or sometimes it's also known as nurse client relationship. So this client may be our individual patient, this may be a group of patients, this may be community or family. So while providing care to our client, we must be knowledgeable regarding ethics, code of ethics, professional conduct, legal aspects arising out of it, or that may arise in due course of time while caring for the client, and in order to protect the client from the harm, and in order to protect ourselves from the harm and legal complications, we must be well aware about the code of ethics. So what are the various terms that are used in the code of ethics? We must be knowing are: number first is ethics. Ethics are the simply the considerations of standards of conduct or study of philosophical ideals of right and wrong behavior. So ethics refers to what right behavior is to be propagated and what wrong behavior is to be excluded. Then next is code of ethics. It refers the ethical principles that are generally accepted by the members of profession. So these are set rules and regulations that are to be accepted by the members of profession. Then value. A value is a personal belief about the worthiness of some idea or thing or person or any object. So this value reflects cultural and social influences that it's having in one's life. Then there is autonomy. Autonomy is simply the independence or self-determination. So we can say that here a patient should have autonomy to decide what is good for him, and he should be free to decide about a particular situation or action that is to be taken. So then next is justice. Justice is fairness or equity. So whatsoever care we are providing to a simple VIP patient, it should be similar to the patient who is from the downtrodden or vulnerable section of the society. So the resources that we are using for one having much resources should be similar used in the patient from lower section of the society. So this is the justice. Then fidelity. The faithfulness are striving to keep the promises. So we have to keep the promises what we make while admitting a patient. So only those promises are to be kept, or only those promises are to be ensured that are reliable, that are attainable and achievable. Then there is beneficence. This is actively seeking benefits or promotion of good. So nurses has to take those actions that will benefit the patient. Then non-malfeasance is actively seeking to do no harm. So we have to restrain ourselves to the activities that will help and abide by those, and we have to abandon those activities that will cause harm to the patient. Now, what are the ethics? Ethics means rules are principles that govern the right conduct. It deals with what is bad or what is good and moral duty and obligation of a person. Then the word ethics is derived from the Greek word ethos, meaning customs or guiding beliefs. So what is the definition of ethics? Ethics refers to the study of philosophical ideals of right or wrong behavior. As per Sister Nancy, ethics are the rules or principles that govern right conduct and are designed to protect the rights of human beings. So, code of ethics. Before going to the actual code of ethics, we must know that code of ethics is something that will explain the kind of conduct expected from the members of the profession. Particularly here, we are dealing with the profession of nursing, so it will tell us what are the responsibilities of nursing professional towards patients, towards co-workers, profession, society as whole. So we can simply say that code of ethics provides us the guidelines so that we can provide quality care that is safe and compassionate for the client. Thus client can be anybody. Client can be our individual patient, group of patients, family or community. Then Porter and Perry had defined code of ethics as a set of ethical principles that are accepted by all members of profession. So these are the rules and regulations that are to be accepted by the professional members. Then professional code of ethics is a system of rules and regulations or rules and principles by which that profession is expected to regulate its members and demonstrate its responsibility to society. So here we can say these rules and regulations are expected out of the members, and they demonstrate such qualities in the society that they are respected and they are trusted for being so. Then code of ethics is proposed by International Council of Nurses. As we are well aware about the fact that International Council of Nurses adopted the first code of ethics in Grand Council of Nurses at Sao Paulo, Brazil in 1953. This code was revised from time to time in 1965 in Germany, then later on in 1973 in Mexico City, then in 2000, 2006, 2012, and recently it was revised in 2019. There are five basic elements that are contained, that are what we can say, that are assembled in International Council of Nurses. These are: number first is nurses and people, number second is nurses and practice, number third is nurses and profession, number fourth is nurses and co-workers, and number fifth is nurses and society. While we are going through these five elements, whatsoever activity we perform within these must focus on four fundamental responsibilities of the nurse. These are sometimes called as fourfold responsibilities. What are these? These are to promote health, to prevent illness, to restore health, and to alleviate sufferings. Not only these things, here we must know the nursing professionals are responsible for respect to the human rights. So they must respect for a right to life, a right to dignity, right to be treated with respect, a right to have satisfied, or we can say a right to have dignified death. Now, nursing care should not be restricted to a particular class, group, or community. So, this care must be provided irrespective of caste, creed, color, culture, political influence, situation, race, social status, nationality, illness, etc. Now, what are the elements of this? So, we must know what are the elements of the code of ethics as we were discussing it. So, number first element is nurse and the people. So, here we must promote an environment in which the human rights, values, customs, and spiritual beliefs of individual, family, and community must be respected. Then, individual should receive sufficient information so that he or she will provide us informed consent and will cooperate with us to receive that treatment. Then nurse have to hold in confidence the personal information that has been provided by the patient. Then nurse has to share only that information that will help in shaping the treatment of the client. So nurse has to maintain the privacy and confidentiality of the person. The nurse shares with the society the responsibility of initiating and supporting the action so that to meet the health and social needs of the client or the public and those of the vulnerable section of the society. Then nurse has the responsibility to sustain and protect the natural environment from depletion, pollution, degradation, and destruction. So when we come across with the definition of health, so it is physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being. So all of the domains are to be taken care of while we are discussing it in the perspective of nurse and the people. Number next is nurses and the practice. So nurse has to carry various interventions or caring activities. So these responsibilities or accountability for nursing practice and maintenance of professional competence is of utmost importance. So nurse has to maintain a standard of care and have to provide quality care to the patient. So while providing quality care to the patient, the care should not be compromised at any cost. The nurse should use the critical thinking and judgment related to the individual competence when accepting the responsibility and should know whether he or she can delegate the responsibility to some lower rank nursing professional or not. So she or he should be able to judge the competence of lower rank employee. The nurse should maintain the standards of personal conduct. We should respect his or her co-workers. We should reflect in her profession and should ensure that public or the patient or the community or family is in her or his confidence. Then nurse has to provide care and while using latest technology and scientific advancements, she or he has to be very important uh, discussions with other healthcare team members so as to ensure its proper use, its safety, maintenance of dignity for the patient and rights of the people. Then there is nurses and the profession. The nurses has to assume major roles in the determining and implementing acceptable standards of clinical nursing practice, management, research, and education. So nurses has to get involved in bedside nursing. She has to get involved in the management of wards, management of nursing personnel, management of equipments and instruments. Then she has to be a part and parcel of research. She has to collaborate with the education side. She has to take up her dual roles. She has to to go for continuing nursing education programs, conferences, research-based articles. She has to write for it. Then she has to develop a core of research-based professional knowledge. Then she has to supervise and act as a preceptor for those nursing professionals who come from internship or clinical postings in the hospital settings. Thus, nursing professionals through the professional organization have to participate in creating and maintaining equitable social and economic working conditions for nursing professionals all over the world, or we can say globe. Then nurses and co-workers. So we have well before said that nurses has to maintain a cooperative relationship not only with patients but also with the co-workers. They have to maintain it so that they can safeguard their rights of oneself, their co-workers, and rights of patients, clients, family, and community. Not only this, nurses has to work for the betterment of profession as well. So here we can say once they will communicate effectively with one another, the burnout will decrease, they will trust each other, the bonding will increase, continuity of care will increase. So these are some of the benefits where we can say nurse and co-workers are of important element in code of ethics. Then nurses and the society. Nurses share with other citizens the responsibility of initiating and supporting action to meet the health and social needs of the public. So nurses in the society have to perform various tasks that will support health, be it involvement in intersectoral coordination, involvement with public health engineering, involvement with agriculture and other programs as well. So this was the topic. These were discussed under the code of ethics by International Council of Nurses. Thank you for being with us. Do not forget to share, subscribe, and support your channel. Your suggestions and valuable comments are welcome at aminhabib3@gmail.com, ejazmanzoor.ahmad@gmail.com. Thank you once again.